It's important to remember in those moments that like the information is what I was talking about. Like what are you accomplishing, right? When you tell them that. And it's really, really hard to like not say those things. But like think about it. How about you honor the way you feel? Right? Because I don't think you're wrong. I said that multiple times. Right. I think you're normal. Instead of reacting, let's use that exact example. And I'm making this up. And if it applies in any way, then just think of that moment. But let's say like that exact thing happened. She's gone. Her phone dies. I don't know if Jen's phone dies. Laura's phone dies every time she leaves. She dies in the house sometimes next to the ports. And so it's like, if that happened and she leaves for 2 hours because she's going shopping or has some stuff to do and her phone dies, so she comes back and you have that thought, how about honoring the fact that you feel that way and then just telling her, hey, I had to do this with Laura for a different reason. Hey, can I talk to you about something? Yeah, sure. Hey, I know this is probably legitimate, but this is like PTSD almost. This is how it makes me feel. I feel like I don't know where you were for 2 hours. I don't want to be the guy that's like focused on where you're at. I'm not controlling. It's really just me. But it would make me feel more comfortable if you charged your phone before you go, because it makes me feel these things because my dad felt this way. His dad felt this way. I felt this way.
Yeah.
I know it's not that way. I trust you.
Yeah.
But for me, until I can learn how to get over that, like maybe like you can try to charge your phone before you leave or make more of an effort. That'll make me feel better. Because in that scenario, you got to acknowledge that your feelings are hurt. You got to acknowledge why, but you also got to not blame it on her, right? And so she skips the whole part where she's like, well, I never cheated. You think I'm cheating? What are you doing? If you think that that whole thing goes away because you've already acknowledged it. So you can get straight to the part where like, this isn't working. What are we going to do about your phone when you go out? Because this is what it makes me feel.
And I feel like I have gotten to that point.
Yeah.
But it's always a barrier. Like
what do you think it is?
Like this wall. Like it's like I'm always crazy. Like I'm always fucking crazy. Like, no, you're crazy for even thinking that. Yada yada. Like it's always that.
Wait, you think you're crazy or she thinks you're crazy?
She thinks I'm crazy. She thinks I'm like anything that I try to say to like she could change to make me feel better. I'm completely nuts. Like
okay, so that's a whole nother part of the story, right? Yeah. There's probably also stuff that could be done on the other side. Right. Which is hard because you want them to also like do that part, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. That is a little crazy to her. Like someone that comes home in her head. Think about the other side, right? You're feeling what you're feeling. Meanwhile, she goes to the store, is buying groceries for home in this made up scenario, and her phone dies, and she comes home, and now she's got to deal with you talking about how you know what I mean. And so in her head, she's like, "You're fucking crazy."
Yeah. It's
hard to hear that, but it's like that is her perspective.
Absolutely, and I completely understand it. At the beginning, I feel like I was going at it maybe the wrong way, so I'm learning to approach it completely different. So once I say those things, to her I'm still crazy, like like I'm fucking crazy. So like by example, like the other day, like there's no communication whatsoever, and ever since. I always live like this way, but I just like to know, like, just let me know that you're alive throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to know you're 24/7, where you were, what you did, step by step. But at least, like, hey, I'm having lunch with whoever, right? Whatever the case may be. Like, just some type of communication throughout the day. Every time
What do you think you get from the communication? Let's say that was happening. What would you get? Just peace?
It's just that little peace of mind.
Yeah.
Like, that peace of mind. She's good. She's okay.
Is it safety that you're worried about?
It's safety more
when you're worried. Like go to that moment. Are you worried that she's unsafe?
Yeah, not necessarily that she's unsafe, but I guess it kind of goes back to it. It's just that the safety piece. Like she's good. She's thinking of me.
You're a protector, huh?
I'm very protective.
Yeah, I can see that in you. I think I'm understanding you a little bit better. So it's weird to say that, right? Because you're like you don't need to check it. I feel the same way.
Right.
I feel like Laura's a shitty driver.
Yeah.
And so, like, when her phone dies and she's gone, I go, she's fucking, like, wrecking right now. Yeah. Like a fucking idiot.
It takes you there.
And then I'm crazy, right? Yeah. Because, like, she's driven her whole relationship. She hasn't been in a single wreck. Right. But I see her drive, and it's a little risky compared to what I'm used to. So it feels that way, right? And so, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it feels... And she's so... It comes from a good place where you just want her to, like...
Absolutely.
Be in, like, an okay place. And you need to know that everything's okay.
That everything's okay. Because I'm not home.
Are you comfortable admitting that?
Yeah,
like, absolutely. Hey, I care to know that everyone's safe around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's with the kids pretty much every single minute that she could potentially be free from work.
Yeah.
She's with the kids. I'm working. I work in El Paso. So I have an hour drive. I leave the house early. I come home late. So I can't protect them while I'm over there.
So it's like this window where the only thing you have is her text or call or word saying everything's cool.
Exactly.
Do you think you've ever told her that? Like that way?
I don't think I have told her.
It's hard to say that shit when you're upset, huh? Yeah, maybe you should try that.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that you coming from a good place, man. I think people don't understand. This is what we're talking about earlier. Like, hey, like, all right, what's really going on here?
Right.
That is so hard to do, bro, specifically in a relationship. I have plenty of instances where, like, Laura says something, and I'm like, fuck that. Yeah. And I spend the rest of the 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes explaining to her how crazy her thought is that I'm forgetting to go, like, what was she really trying to say here? Right. And I think it works both ways. Yeah. I think you deserve that too. It takes work. But like when you're getting upset or whatever it is, instead of getting upset back, maybe she can go like, hey, what are you really like? What's going on? Right. Because you're not this person. You seem like this person right now. It's like, what's really going on? Yeah. I think as men, we need to hear that sometimes. Absolutely. Because we're stubborn as fuck. Absolutely. And like, we just want to like, this is how I feel. Yeah. But I know that the times where Laura where she doesn't get offended, which she's worked really hard at, by the way, because she used to get offended a lot. She's so good now at this that when I go like, what do you think I'm like, gotta, like I get that. And she doesn't even like react anymore. She's like, well, hey, like what's going on? Like, I think like, which I hate, by the way, is guessing. She does it a lot. I think it's because like, you're scared that I'm like, don't guess. Because sometimes she's right. And I'm like, God, you don't know. But as men, sometimes we need to be told, like, hey, you're good. Right. Like, hey, what's going on? Like, I got you no matter what. Yeah. And then, like, it shouldn't be that way, right? I don't think that people deserve to get angry at. Mm-hmm. But as men, or at least as a man that I'm admitting to, I think I need that too, to where it's like that point where it's like, even though I'm wrong, like, can you just be calm, comfort me, and then ask me again? Mm-hmm. Because I think I could figure out how to say the right things when I'm not worked up.
Right. Yeah. Right. No, I completely agree with you. And I feel like maybe me approaching it different, maybe after I'm going to calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Walking away is a big one too. That's hard.
Walking away is super hard, especially when you're talking to a spicy Latina, and then you got a fucking stubborn ass Puerto Rican dude.
You got double Latin culture in your household, man.
Definitely, I'm seeing it on my kids now too.
It's tripled and quadrupled. Yeah.
Hey, go to sleep. Fuck you. I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, absolutely. I completely. I'm gonna take that advice. Because I feel like I should definitely approach those things a little bit different myself. Yeah. That's what I need to work on. Mm-hmm. My approach to this things. And I just hope that she watches this podcast and take your advice as well. As far as like,
maybe my advice is shit, but at least we're like talking about it out loud, right?
Hey, man.
And so that's
something got to. No, just kidding. Something.